Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild, and as you can hear, my voice is still not perfect, but a lot better than last week. My last week was awful. So there was no recording, no streaming, sadly. It is going better, but it is still noticeable that something is off there. So sorry for not giving you any content last week, but it was just not possible. So we are still having our plan to drop this rover on PERTAM. By the way, today will be relatively short because I can't speak for a long time. So the plan is still to drop the rover onto PERTAM and then drive a while in the next episode and see what we can find. Don't know if there's anything really interesting, but mainly I want to go with you over what I have done around this whole thing, because the last episode was a real fail we had to do a tactical retreat to get away from enemies. And so we needed something that, for one, can bring down the rover relatively safely. That's done with a ship. I've used the ship that I had in the hangar, where I just said, let me just build a bit on it. And I built this up a bit, made it able to carry containers. So now we have an armed container dropship. It is not perfect because it can't really stand for its own for a long time and all that stuff, but it has shields, it has weapons, so this thing at least can shoot down any incoming drones if we have some. And then we had to arm the rover, and that's how I did this. This thing will just flip over this merge block, and then hopefully we have a few weapons that we can use to defend the rover itself. Another thing is that I found out is I would like to have some energy production on this. A big problem is we don't have anything really small that can produce energy on a rover, but one of the modders, Scalabjorn, again came up with something. We complained a bit about the size of the wind turbines that he did. He basically took the wind turbine, made it available for small block, made it available for just rovers in that way. And the problem is it was a normal wind turbine. So big, huge 3x3x3 block wind turbine for rovers. He gave us something smaller and even tiered. We have really small wind turbines now. So we can add these to a mast on the side of the rover. That will hopefully, I will hopefully be able to flip that thing down. Then it should work. So this thing should be able to just flip up like I have that on other rovers, where it then just can stay there, lock this thing to the ground, and put some energy into it. The rover also has shields. I'm not sure if I can really let them run for a long time, because let's say it that way, these things really eat up energy, and we don't have a lot of this. So this is just for emergencies. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So let us bring down these shields. The rover in itself still has only the batteries, one small reactor, some lights, the survival kit, and all that stuff. And again, now this relatively big weapon. Scalabjorn also made, I don't know, this guy is on a roll, I have the feeling. Epstein thrusters, small wind turbine, tiny wind turbines, tiny turrets, and that's why. And he has more. I didn't put in everything. This is just This is just ridiculous. This is a real tiny turret we could use. I'm not. I will use the one we have here because the tiny turret is maybe a bit too crazy for the whole thing. But the tiny wind turbine I really like. I hope this thing doesn't produce too much power. It is tiered, so there's 3 different tiers of these things. Let us see. Wind turbines. I can't see the output right now, so we have to go down there to see the output. I hope it's not too much. I just want to have a bit of energy in there so that we can run, we can reload the batteries and have maybe enough energy so that this thing, if the lights and this thing has any power maintenance that we have to do, that it can keep up. What else did I do? Yeah, let us go over to the ship. The ship is kind of similar to the one we have on Mars. Some atmospheric thrusters, a mixture with these pulse thrusters that we can use to get back into orbit and maneuver around on the planet. But I didn't want to go too crazy over the top. You can see that it is a very light build, a very fast build. I didn't close it off. I just made it so that I can bring down the thing. We have some weapons on the side, weapons on the bottom, some front weapons so that we can shoot inline, and some rockets. It is armed right now, so we should be able to defend ourselves while going down there. I want to refill my bottles, and I installed a mod that is kind of a quality of life mod that will give me the ability to refill my bottles while I'm at a medical station. It uses access to just refill the bottles. I like the idea. I like that I only have to go to one thing and then can just refuel it without having to go and put the bottles into O2 generators or anything like that, because hey, we can unload the bottles basically. Why shouldn't we be able to load them? See, all the bottles are at 100%. Might have filled them already, but it is a nice quality of life mod that I personally really like. You can see how it goes through the, so it fills up the bottle or your tank, then it fills the bottle, fills your tank, fills the bottles again, and all that stuff. It's pretty nice. I like having this luxury to just be able to refill from a medical station or that stuff without having to go open an inventory, click the bottles around and all that stuff. There's people out there that find it need to set up automatic bottle refills. I don't care. I just want my bottles to be filled so that I can get around and do things. At least it's not a magical refill everything like, for example, the nanites do or stuff like that. Good. Ship should be ready. It's relatively untested. I'm dropping into the atmosphere now without really having tested how this thing works. So yeah, we can get a bit of a nicer look on this thing. There's antennas and all that stuff on board. It is turned off right now so that we don't attract too many reavers. I maneuvered the ship around a bit to see if we can get, for example, to this asteroid, or if we can get to another asteroid around. It's not really working out. So this asteroid is in gravity, so that sadly doesn't work. We will go somewhere up there again, so that we are close to the flatter bits of this canyon. I hope that this canyon is drivable or something like that. It would be nice to just fly around it with not fly, drive around it with the rover now. I hope I have everything now, that everything is set up in a good way. I hope I don't lose that wind turbine. This wind turbine could be in danger of getting ripped off when I drop the whole thing, but we will see how it goes. Maybe I move it to a different space, maybe up top or something like that. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it, but everything is untested. That's the neat thing right now. I will drop the ship, I will drop the rover, and hopefully we don't lose it in the atmosphere or while we are landing it or anything like that. I would say I go and fly into the atmosphere and then find a good landing spot, and we'll come back. Yeah, when I'm searching for that. I always forget that this planet has kind of a weird atmosphere, weird gravitational field. It's because the planet basically just at 8,000 it starts counting down, and not before, but the gravity is already there and pretty strong. So we will have to fly a bit. Sadly, we have to see how well this works out. I don't want to attract too many enemies. And I know that some of the Reavers go into the atmosphere now, so that could be dangerous. But let us maybe go a bit deeper, take another look at the surface. I have a big heart for these deserty planets. Really like the idea of them having endless flat drivable terrain area space. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this. This is so nice. Here, having a rover, even a big one here. This is real rover territory. I always liked Mars for being kind of rover territory, but this one really takes that away. Let us see. Okay, this is a mayday. It's not an enemy. Good thing. Is that that must be the canyon. Ooh, that's a way in. Or no, that's not a way. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Let us go deeper in, but I have the feeling this thing is not really drivable. The canyon could be a bit too narrow for a rover. It looks that way. It is nice and deep. That would lend itself. Oh, maybe we need to definitely come back and do something with a base here or something like that, because the canyon definitely. I always had the idea to build something in between canyon walls, have a bridge over the canyon and then build in between that, but yeah, no, that's not really drivable. So this is not good for a rover. We go back up without hitting the walls. But we should maybe drop the rover, and then we can take a look at the wind turbines, and again in the next episode we will do a sweep around. See this here, for example. This seems to be a nice place for. It would be nice to have, don't know, some crossroads or so. Canyon is massive. It is bigger than I thought, but again, it is too narrow down. I might do a bit of a sweep later of the canyon and see if I find a nice place for a base, because yeah, that would be amazing to have kind of a bridge over that, and then maybe have something hanging on the bridge or something like that. A base. Maybe we can do that. But first, I think I will drop the rover somewhere. I will go over to that plateau there. This one. And then we have the mesas to the right. And can take a look at them later. Drive around them maybe. We will have to leave the ship somewhere. I hope it doesn't get, don't know, attacked by anything. What is that? Still a mayday? Good thing. Okay. I don't have a group for the merge blocks. I can just merge, save, and then we can just have that group here and just leave the rover somewhere, or not the rover, place down the rover somewhere here. Let's see, I need some, okay. Okay, don't go too crazy down. Let us drop that thing. Nice. Shields are reinitializing. I will take a GPS new from current position. PERTAM landing. I don't have a GPS of the ship. That was a mistake. Good. PERTAM landing. Let us take a short look. Oh, yes. This is kind of perfect. Or this is nice for a base or something like that. Having one maybe over here. Maybe we can do something with the base later on. I'm not sure. But having something hanging in between these walls would be kind of nice. But the problem is I would have to see how big that really is, and I think can only really decide that with maybe placing down some blocks. That would be great. But the question is if there's a neater spot. This thing seems to be so big that it goes through the hole or around, not the whole, but a lot of the planet. So we can't do that all with the rover. We will have to use the shuttle to maybe find the really neat spot. Yeah, there's more cool spots with deep canyon and a lot of space in between. problem here would be we would just end up here. For example, we could do something with a three-way bridge. So to not have to drive through this, we could have a bridge from here that goes to the middle, then goes here, and another part goes here, so that we don't have to drive over or something through this mountain range, and have a way to get to all the this part of the planet and this part and this part. It could be nice. It could be nice. We will have to see. But first, let us prepare the rover to just see if the wind turbine works, and if we have a bit of power, so that we don't have to we don't have to fear running out of power. And I think we need to prepare for the night. The shadows are so long. Let us take a look. Land here. We can lock down this ship for now, then. Have that locked down. No. Switch lock. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Footprints. Nice. Okay, Rover. Let us get on top of it. We shouldn't fly for too long, because the rotor lock is on. Okay, into the other direction. Let's turn this off for a moment so that we can maybe go and say, rotor, you go, and I want your upper limit. This is 11. Your upper limit will be 90, and your lower limit will be 0. So that already does that for us. Oh, I made it too short. Let us bring down the wheels a bit. So wheels, off-road wheels, save, and then and then we maybe reduce the height offset just a teeny tiny bit, so that we can connect this. Yes! The wind turbines are working, nice. I might bring the lowest part a bit. Wind turbine, how crazy are they? Come on. Kilowatts, okay, that's okay. Wind clearance is poor, yeah, I don't care. There's stuff around, that's how that works. Batteries. Are the batteries fully recharged? Nice. We have the reactor. Let us see if that thing is in use right now. Oh, it is in use, but it can't be that bad. Good. Let us bring this thing in position. Oh, I didn't. Ooh, I didn't turn on the hinge lock. That's wrong. I've just one of the hinges active. I didn't think that I would need more. So this then covers just the maybe it wobbles a bit. That's not good. It shouldn't wobble. This looks ridiculous. But again, it's if you want a compact Gatling turret on there, you definitely need that thing. Target neutrals off. Okay, I think we can leave it that way. Compact, can we see if that thing is able to shoot, please? Yes, that thing is able to shoot, so this works out. This is correct. The turret is correct. Hinge lock is turned on. That works out. I think preparation wise we're good, so next time we can definitely do a bit of a sweep. I've put some ice in here for now. What I forgot and we don't have, and that was completely dumb, is we don't have, for example, an ore detector. So yeah, I don't care. We will just go on a sightseeing tour, and maybe if we find a nice place, we grab some. We could try to grab some. What do we need for an ore detector? Are detector components? Can we do? No, we can't do detector components in here, or can we? Production. No, we can't do detector components, so we would have to build something up. Maybe I will go and grab some detector components just in the meantime before we drive away. But on the other hand, why? I don't want to find the best space to, I don't know, to mine ore or iron ore or something like that. I don't care. We could do that later. What I mainly want to find is just take a look around the planet, drive around it a bit, and don't know, maybe we find a nice space for a base later. But the main thing should be just a bit of a sightseeing tour. Just take a look how the planet looks. If we find some enemies or whatsoever, we will have to see that. People, I think that is all for today. Again, to spare my voice a bit, I will end it here, and I hope to see you, I would say, in the next one, hopefully with better voice again. Good people, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.